So many recipes that I can go ahead and look through. What in the world do I make now?
Can I have some spaghetti?
What?
Can I have some spaghetti?
Dude, you've been eating literally all day and last week.
Oh, but he is only a pig. He only wants to eat just a bit more.
I don't think Chris needs to be eating anymore right now. Let me just go look through my book real quick, please. I have all of these recipes that I need to focus on to get more stuff.
Somebody's gonna have some spaghetti.
Hear me out. I have spent most of the weekend trying to figure out some methods for you guys. Primarily what you are going to need, and I know this is not going to be too difficult, but at the same time, you do need to have something that gives you mutations. Now, I left off in my previous video saying that you needed a ton of kodamas, tanchuzurus, right? That gives you some mutations, which will help you out in the long run. However, what I also noticed helps you out tremendously are these gorilla guys. Now, hear me out, because I know everybody wants to make room for other pets. This one gives you a chance to go ahead and get duplicates of the food that you created, which honestly is really nice because sometimes waiting 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, an hour for food is a very long time. However, you do have a chance of getting duplicates. Now, of course, the more the better. I'm using 2 because obviously I want to utilize everything else pet-wise. Now, let's get into the details because I know yesterday or the day before I talked about crops that might be beneficial for you guys. However, I found some other crops being also beneficial for this without having to wait too long for anything. So number 1, I created probably 3 little areas for my stuff that I'm going to be using to submit for all of the recipes, all of the stuff that I need to go ahead and do. I feel like any more than that is probably a little bit oversaturated on the garden and I'm gonna end up getting crazy because, hey, I gotta reorganize everything once this event is over and done with, but you'll be able to get an idea of pretty much seeing what's on my garden. So I have a ton of carrots here because obviously carrots are a very easy way of getting food fairly quickly. On top of it, I have a ton of tomatoes. I do have some corn because if you submit corn, tomatoes, that obviously makes a sandwich. Another nice thing though is if you have a ton of bamboo, unfortunately because I noticed this, I used all my bamboo, but if you use a ton of bamboo and you use a tomato, you end up making sushi. That's also something else that I also noticed really helped out greatly. However, bamboo is a little scarce now that the Zen update is officially over. So I've been making a ton of tomato salads, a ton of carrot things, and a bunch of corn. And of course, you got your carrots. I eventually ended up getting this prickly pear thing as a reward, so that's also really nice too, and a bunch of butternut squash. I even grew this ginormous carrot that's bigger than I am. So that's what I've been mostly focusing on is just stuff that's fairly quickly. But what happens when you do submit stuff that has very high value and a lot of mutations on it? Purple ended up giving me some supplies to go ahead and do this with because obviously I don't have the capabilities of getting certain things inside the game because I wasn't available to get those things. So a huge thank you to Purple. So I'm gonna go ahead and submit these, and granted this did take like literally an hour. I ended up getting Robux to speed it up because I didn't want to wait an hour. Okay, so after speeding it up, dude, this thing is humongous, okay? This is the biggest thing that I've ever created when it comes to the dishes. Now we're gonna go ahead and skip to what we get as a reward. So once I submitted the cake, I ended up getting the option of getting a chef, a fruit, or a butternut squash. Now these are things that I would normally get with just regular dishes. Now I posted this in my Discord because I was at a standstill wondering what I should like pretty much get. Was either given the choice of taking the fruit or the chef. At the very end of the day, I took the chef. So I could see a pros and a con version of this. Now, the food connoisseur obviously is really good when you want fast rewards, clearly based on what you're doing. Tomatoes, carrots, bamboos, fast recipes are for fast rewards. Now, this is excluding Chris, who wants large dishes with the intentions of giving him his cravings. This allows you to obviously start an event, which gives you mutations. Now, if you don't really care about the mutation itself, then obviously you're gonna go ahead and pay attention submitted to the Food Connoisseur. And this will allow you to get more rewards in a different sense without having to dedicate yourself to making certain dishes that are large enough for Chris, and of course his cravings. But what happens when you end up getting 2 dishes from the pot? Now, when you do have the little chef on your garden pretty much cooking, you do have a very low chance of ending up getting 2 dishes out of the pot. Now, this is without discrediting the whole reward system on this particular section. Clearly, you're still able to get some stuff that obviously benefits you at the very end of the day, but I feel like this system is primarily meant for dishes that are very large and he really wants. So if I had a really big hot dog thingy to go ahead and feed him, then obviously this would be very, very good. So if I were to give him the hot dog that I currently made right now, then I'm gonna go ahead and get this Mutation burnt spray. And that was a legendary one. So this is about right here. So if I had given him something that was probably prismatic or higher, transcendent, then I probably would have ended up getting something really good. So unless you're really wanting to get these super duper high tier rewards out of the largest foods that you can go ahead and make, and of course on top of him wanting a certain craving, then this is probably better to submit those dishes to him. However, if you have small baby dishes that you don't really tend to really care about, then bringing all of that to him is probably your best benefit from that. So you get 2 of the best worlds. The only thing is, you only have 1 pot, and you only have 1 choice of who you kind of want to pick for this. For me, I've kind of chosen just focusing on the Rat Connoisseur because I don't have the capabilities and the attention span to constantly pay attention to Chris wanting specific dishes. Obviously, we have like a little bit of a twister going on and a sandstorm happening, so the earth might be shaking just a little tiny bit. But what I do like about this is the more that you end up creating, the more that you're ending up filling up this entire book. Should I end up forgetting a recipe, I could just go back to this very, very quickly. I could use corn to have bread, bamboo for the lettuce, and a tomato for the sandwich. And this ends up creating a sandwich that I can go ahead and submit to the Connoisseur, obviously because this is the easiest recipe to me that you could go ahead and create because the abundance of the seeds. The only thing is, if you're not able to get a ton of bamboo, the next best thing is using more tomatoes. Likewise goes with the ice cream. You could use corn, blueberries, watermelons, mangoes. You kind of want to pay attention to like the super easiest seeds that you can go ahead and obtain in the game, and when your pets kick in for like all the mutations and stuff, hopefully that they're able to just go ahead and mutate the heck out of these. The more the better. Now, I do have a ton of dishes that I can go ahead and submit to the Rat Connoisseur so I could go ahead and get my rewards for this. Okay, so finally we're gonna go ahead and take a look at seeing what we're able to get as far as rewards go for the little Connoisseur. Let me just go ahead and put all these dishes here because obviously I gotta fill up my hot bar now. Okay, so let me go ahead and do the first one. So try this food I cooked up. Okay, let's go ahead and pick something out. And you know what? We'll do another gorilla thing because why not? I would rather have this right now and figure out what I'll do with it than, I don't know. Okay, we got our second one, which is... Wait, I think I tried to submit the gorilla. Hold on. Holy cow. Okay, that took a second. Okay, we got a butternut squash, more cooking cauldron. I'll take cooking cauldron because I end up getting the other stuff a little bit more often, so I don't have to worry about too much stuff. All right, so we have the choice of picking a kitchen crate, a culinarian chest, or a gourmet seed packet. I think I'm gonna do the chest. All right, we have our next item here. I think this is our 4th one in, I think. And you know what? I will do the butternut squash because that is a food that I can go ahead and harvest multiple times. So I would rather have that. All right, cooking cauldron or a spring onion. I'll do the onion. Why not? Okay, our next item, I'll do the gourmet seed packet. And just out of sheer curiosity, I want to go ahead and take a look at this. Now, it doesn't really necessarily tell you if there's odds for any of this stuff. The only thing, again, like I mentioned, is the pay to win area section here, but I feel like maybe that's not reflective towards like what you're able to do here. Then again, I'm not entirely sure. All right, take this little milkshake. Let's see what we get out of this. I'll definitely take the packet for sure. Here's this salad because Chris didn't want it. And you know what? I'll probably take the little chicken. Here's this other milkshake. Here's a new option. I'll just take the shard. Okay, we got a new one and I'll take the butternut squash. Okay, so we are in our next round and I guess this would give you guys more or less like an idea of what to kind of expect when you're submitting smaller mutations. Oh my gosh, you know what? what? I don't even know what to submit. I'll be real. Like, I don't even know. Mostly because we're focusing on pretty much smaller dishes with mutations on it. Okay, so we are on our second or third one. I'm gonna take the little spring onion. Take this ceramic frozen tranquil windstruck salad. All right, we'll take another kitchen crate. And we have our next one. I'll take the butternut squash. Why not? I'm just gonna have like a butternut squash garden at this point. I'll take the sunny side chicken and I'll explain why later, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys already have this anyways. Wait, what? No, I wasn't trying to submit that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll take the spring onion. Ooh, nice. Okay, so we have a prickly fruit thingy. I'll take that for sure. Here's another milkshake for you. All right, so this one didn't give me anything cool except for like, I don't know. I'll just take the shard. Here's another milkshake. I'll take the spring onion. Here's another salad. I'll take the chicken. Put the chicken away. All right, so it looks like we don't have that much left other than a few of these now. All right, take this little soup thingy, I think. We'll take the chicken. Put the chicken away. Take this little salad. Wait, I put the chicken away. What are you talking about? Take this stupid salad. I'll take the onion. Our next dish. I'll take the squash. Here's this one thing. Ooh. Oh man, I don't know what to pick. There's the gorilla chef or the butternut squash. You know what? I'll take the butternut squash. Prickly fruit, gimme. And our last one, which is a hot dog. Ooh, a bitter melon. I don't think I've actually gotten that one just yet, so I'll take the bitter melon. All right, well, looks like I've gotten absolutely everything from this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start opening up the chest items that I got. I have 4 so far, which I mean isn't too bad. Okay, truth be told, I'm not entirely sure if I started opening up some other chests that I've been progressively getting throughout the weekend, but I currently have 4 of these right now, 4 kitchen crates, 7 gourmet seed packets, a bitter melon, a prickly fruit, butternut squash, and a ton of spring onions. So obviously, some of you guys already know I am very picky when it comes to crates, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these down, and it looks like this is primarily dedicated to just having that aesthetic. Now, this doesn't really match what my current aesthetic is, which is like Zen related, Japanese garden related, so I'm eventually gonna have to throw these away at some point or do something with them. I'm not entirely sure yet. It depends. If I'm able to create something that really like stands out with my garden currently and I'm able to utilize everything, then yeah, sure, they'll stay. But let's start opening up these. All right, looks like I can either get a pet. Ooh, I got a doggy. Oh my god, I got a dog. Okay, open. Oh, I got stupid pig. I got B Bacon's child, his son. All right, I got a new one. I got a lobster. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta show Elle. Elle, where are you? I got an onion. Wait, no, I got Larry the lobster. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. I've got the lobster. Dude. Elk. Look, I got it. I got the lobster. I can't spell lobster. I got labber. What does he do? What does he do? What does it do? Hold on. Dude, lobster is like a 1% chance or something. Or 15. No, wait, where is he? Oh my god. I got a lobster. Oh my god. Okay, wait, I gotta chill out. Hold on, I got more stuff to open up. Okay, hold on. Go. I got a rubada, but I don't care. I got a ruba. I got a rugula. What is a rutabaga? We're gonna find out. I'm gonna put rutabaga right there. Go. Okay, bye rutabaga. Oh, there he is. Look. Okay, hold on. Let me put one of these animals away. Pick up, put you down. Let's see what he does. His name is Simon. Every 15 minutes, 20% chance a nearby fruit becomes molten. Ooh, dude. Okay, so then he has 2 mutation things. So every 15 and every 30 minutes, there is a chance a nearby fruit becomes moronic. I need glasses so bad. I calmed down finally. So I finally got a little baby hot dog. Oh wait, that's my other pet that I picked up. So we're gonna just boink. And then we're gonna go ahead and open up these seed packets. Simon the lobster is just running around. So we're gonna leave him be. Now, I really want to get a grand tomato or something out of this that is really cool. I don't want any more melons. I don't want anything else except for, dude, come on. I don't want no onion. I have so many onions. I've got different variations of onion. I got the cousin. Oh my god! probably need to take a 5-minute break now. I'm okay now. All right, so I have 3 left out of the seed pack, and pretty much I am just super duper happy. Oh, there's a sugar glaze. I don't know what that is actually. I don't even know if I want it. Is that like really good? Hey, if I get a bunch of jalapenos, I mean, that's fine. I don't mind jalapenos because that's like another variation of a chili. I don't want melons. That's okay. All right, so I ended up getting the grand tomato seed, the onion seed, the crowned melon seed, some jalapenos, some prickly pear, whatever these things are, this weird crayon that's locked in a cage, a butternut squash, some spring onions. So I feel like dedicating like perhaps one day to just go ahead and try to farm a ton of these things might really be beneficial. Now, the biggest question is, while I physically lose my voice, is what you submit to the food connoisseur probably plays a big part. Whether or not you guys want to go ahead and make these really big dishes with mutations to him or not to have a higher chance of getting certain things, that's completely up to you. I have absolutely no idea if all of the items that he gives you is primarily based on size and mutations. However, I find myself submitting a ton of these smaller items to him to be a little bit more fun. Is that going to help me get a higher chance of getting certain items? I'm not entirely sure. And that's where you guys can go ahead and answer that question for me down in the comments down below. And as always, I appreciate if you guys like the video and you comment down something, I don't know, say hi to me, I might say hi back, as it helps me come out with more content like this for you guys, and I appreciate it. I will all see you in the next video. Now, me and Simon here are gonna go on a quest. Where we're going, I don't know, but he's here chilling and he's covered. Why is he covered in butter? We're not gonna eat Simon, are we?